All right, so this equation that we have here is the one that we want to maximize. We want to maximize the volume. So to do that, I need to find the maximum by taking the derivative and finding a critical point. So I'm taking the derivative with respect to d. So I'll just do 1/3 and then 114d, the derivative of that would just be 114. And then the derivative of minus 4d cubed would be minus 12d squared. And then I would set this equal to 0 and solve. So 114 minus 12d squared equals 0. I'd add 12d squared to the other side. And divide by 12. And then I would square root. D equals the square root of 114 over 12, which I will do in a calculator. Which is about 3.1. Cool. Okay, so I believe this is the number that maximizes the volume. The only trouble is that I only found D, and I need to find W and H to do that. And then another thing I need to do is it's always a good idea to double check that this is really a maximum. So the way I could double check is by taking the second derivative and plugging it in. But in this case, they are telling you that there's a maximum, so it's a pretty safe assumption that this is the right critical point. So let's find D, W, and H. So W, we know from this equation up here, is actually 2 times D. So I'll just do 2 times the square root of 114 over 12. And then height is a little trickier. We solved for height at some point. Where did we do that? Okay, over here. So I need to plug in D, which, we just found. Let's see. So H is going to be 114 minus 4 times D squared. That'll just be 114 over 12. And then divided by 6 times D, which is square root of 114 over 12. So these are the dimensions that maximize the box, and I think we're also supposed to find what that maximum volume is. Yes, I should also find the maximum volume. So the way I would find the maximum volume is just by multiplying all three of these numbers together. Two times the square root of 114 over 12. And then this horrible thing that is H, which is 114 minus 4 times 114 over 12, all over 6 times the square root of 114 over 12. And that looks horrible, but that's something that you could just put into your calculator. You could also leave it as is. This is technically a correct answer, although you'll probably want to put units in. Let's see, what were the units? Square inches. Okay, so everything here, these are inches, and this would be inches cubed. So this is pretty tough stuff, so please ask as many questions as possible because you're not alone. This is a very difficult section in the textbook. If you're confused, ask questions and other people will answer and I will answer.